Okay, just two quick and small things, but very, very useful in your writing. And one of them is to say that something is like something, or something like something. So, for example, we have two people here. We have Hiro and we have Ken. And we'll say, well, Hiro is a person like Ken, or Ring, the type of movie like Ring, or the type of movie I like. And we use a little construction called no yo na, and then whatever it is we're talking about. So, Ken no yo na hito wa Hiro desu. We're talking about Hiro. He's the topic. And we're saying he is just like Ken. I may be talking movies, and I say, you know what? I like movies just like The Ring. And in English, we tend to say, Hiro is a person just like Ken. But in Japanese, we flip it around and we do the just like part first, whoever it is, and then we talk about what we're going to talk about. So, for example, Ken-kun no yo na hito wa Hiro-kun desu. You could actually flip it around. You could say Hiro-kun wa Ken-kun no yo na hito desu. That also works. A movie like I like movies like Ring. Ring no yo na eiga ga daisuki desu or ga suki desu. So no yo na a thing like someone else. The other one that we have seen before is when we talked about hodo. And hodo was something to the extent, and we saw when we were comparisons, and we talked about some kind of quality that someone had, and we measured it, and then we took an item and we see if it measured up to that quality. So we are measuring how much of a quality something has compared to something else. Mari-chan wa Naomi-chan hodo kirei desu. So whatever has hodo sets the bar. So there's Naomi, and we're setting her pretty factor, and we've set it. Now we're going to take Mari, and we're going to say hodo, which means she goes up as far as. So, Mari-chan wa Naomi hodo kirei desu. You can also do a comparison in which they are not as good as something. And in that particular case, if we're doing Mari-chan wa Paris-chan hodo yume janai desu, we have Paris, we have famous, and now we take Mari-chan and we say, okay, in famousness, she's here. But Paris-chan is here, and we are lacking the same amount of famousness. Dakara, yume janai desu. Ii desu ne? For example, Star Wars hodo suki na eiga wa. So, is there a movie you like to the extent that you like, or as much as Star Wars? Nihongo wa eigo hodo. Nihongo wa eigo hodo omoshiroi desu. Japanese is just omoshiroi. Japanese is just as interesting as English is. Ii desu ne? Star Wars hodo suki na eiga wa. Well, for me, Star Wars is the best movie ever, so I probably would say arimasen, but you might have said Star Trek desu. Ii desu yo, if you are a fan of both movies. Star Trek da, and it's a title, so into parentheses. Football no yo na sports wa. So a sport like football, I probably say wa rugby desu. And shukudai wa goro goro hodo. So goro goro sets it as much as. So we've got our comparison. We're taking goro goro, but I'm going to decide what this part is. So I'm going to say daisuki desu. Oh, I can't write today, sorry. Daisuki da. A quick explanation of the two.